Before we get into the show, there is a way that you can help support the show. A very easy way, in fact.
If you go to our website, eatlunchandboardgame.com, click on the Get the Games tab. There we have affiliate links to many of the games and books we have talked about. If you're interested in purchasing any, by clicking on the link, a small portion of your purchase will go to us.
But we promise to use the money wisely by buying more games to review.
We take our jobs very seriously.
Now on with this great episode.
Just a routine reading of Board Game Geek put me onto the release of today's focused game, King of Tokyo Duel. There was a banner ad on the home page. From there, a quick click over to my local game shop webpage allowed me to pre-order the game. I did not need to know any more information. It was King of Tokyo, it was designed by Richard Garfield, it was a 2-player game. Upon further inspection, it appeared to be a tug-of-war style game. Well, my copy arrived. I went to get it. Edward and I sat down to play it. King of Tokyo Duel sets you and your opponent in a mano-a-mano battle over Tokyo. As with the original game, there are multiple ways to win. Knock out the other monster, get both the star and building markers into your spotlight zone, or move one of the markers all the way to the last space on your side of the board. So grab your favorite opponent and let's sit down and play King of Tokyo Duel. Board Game. I'm your host, Adam Collins, and let's take a look at the rule clarity for King of Tokyo Duel. First off, I want to say how much I love just the look of the rulebook. It looks like a comic book. It is beautifully illustrated. I recommend reading the whole thing with the pieces out in front of you. Duel is similar enough to the original game, but also very different. Luckily, the rulebook does a very good job detailing how to play, and it gives relevant examples when needed. It does recommend that a few of the monsters not be used in the first game. The rulebook is 16 pages long, but the last 5 detail how each monster works. Time to explain to newcomers. 10 to 15 minutes ought to be enough to get this game started. There are some more intricate rules. If your opponent is familiar with the original game, as everyone should be, it will take a little less time, as much of the dice mechanisms are the same. The time needs to be spent focusing on the dice resolution phase and each monster's special ability. Gameplay. To set up, each player selects a monster, takes a life point tracker, setting the life to that dictated on the monster board. This is a nice change from the original, and I assume it made the game much cheaper to produce and much smaller to package. Instead of each monster board having dials, there's only 2 dials total, and you're only tracking health, not points. Next, set the board between you and your opponent, and place the fame and destruction markers on the respective starting positions in the center of the board. Shuffle the power cards and place the deck face down at the top, flip over the first 3 and fill them in right to left into the spaces marked on the board. Lastly, set everything else off to the side. Energy cubes, yes, cubes, not lightning bolts, buzz tokens, which we'll talk about in a second, dice tokens, and extra dice. On a turn, the active monster will go through 4 steps. Roll the dice, resolve the dice, power cards to buy or not to buy, gaining an energy cube, then ending the turn. Like with the original game, you can roll the 6 dice up to 3 times and set aside what you want to keep each time. Once the third and final roll happens, it is time to resolve the dice. This is where the game deviates heavily from the original. But first, before we look at that, there are 3 results that are similar. For each claw, the opponent takes a damage. For each heart, the player's monster heals. And for each lightning bolt, you gain an energy cube. Okay, now on to the new stuff. There are 3 other faces. Fame, the star, destruction, the building, and special power, an exclamation mark. For each triple of the fame or destruction, move the corresponding marker 1 space closer to your side of the board. Each additional result moves it another space. So 3 stars moves it 1, 4 stars moves it 2. Each monster board has a unique special ability. If your dice results have the required amount of special power dice, you can trigger that. Some even have more powerful effects if you keep adding additional exclamation marks. Next is the buy a power card phase. If you choose to buy a card, pay the amount shown in the upper left corner, unless you're buying the card at the far right. It is -1 energy. Shift the cards to the right to fill in before flipping over the next card into the leftmost slot. You can spend 2 energy to wipe the board and flip over 3 new ones. Cards, as in the original, come in 2 varieties, keep and discard. Keep has a lasting effect, discard has an immediate effect, then it is, well, discarded. Some of the cards will have a buzz icon under the cost. This gives the purchasing player the matching buzz token. So let's talk about them. Buzz tokens are what makes King of Tokyo Duel really stand out to me. They are placed on the board by the purchaser. They can extend a track by adding another space between 2. They can shorten a track by eliminating 1. And most offer a bonus, whether it's energy, heart, claw, bonus die, when placed. The next time you pull one of the tokens across the buzz token, take the action immediately. But be strategic. Your opponent will get the same opportunity if pulling the marker towards their end. If you choose not to buy any cards, take an energy cube. This ends the phase, moving to the end your turn phase. Check if you have any cards that activate at the end of your turn. Then, play passes. This continues until one of 3 end conditions is met. If you have reduced your opponent's health to 0, the skull, you have won. If you have both of the tokens in the spotlight portion of the track shown in yellow brackets, you win. Or, if you can get 1 marker all the way to your side of the board, you can win that way. Replayability. With the variable monster powers on the monster boards, the buzz tokens, and the multiple paths of victory, plenty of replayability is in the game. I feel this version of King of Tokyo will be played for years to come, just like the original. I hope that Yellow and Richard Garfield offer more kaiju as they have with the original game and New York. Again, this will only amp up the replayability. Component quality. As with the other King of Tokyo games, Duel is no different on components or quality. All the dice are engraved, the chipboard monster boards, tokens, health trackers, and game board are all standard quality. The wooden token standees are standard and screen printed. The cards are also of the same standard quality. I'd recommend sleeving them so they keep a little nicer a little longer. Lunchtime potential. Indeed, King of Tokyo Duel is quick to play. The BGG and box list King of Tokyo Duel's playtime at 20 minutes, which seems about right. The first game might take a little longer as you're figuring out the buzz tokens and the push-pull tug-of-war mechanic. Every game after that should play much closer to the listed time. Artwork. I love that the artwork is different from the base games and expansions. Yes, it features the same kaijus we all love and know, but this is a new game with a new artist. Quentin Rains, who has worked on a plethora of Catan games, adds his own take on the classic kaiju. His work on the board is also tremendous. It looks fantastic. The look and feel of Duel might be different from that of the original, but it will quickly grow on you. Expansions. None yet, as this game recently came out. I can see that it would be easy to add more of the established kaijus, maybe even some new ones, with additional mechanics and more fun. Bang for the buck. For less than $25, this is a no-brainer for fans of King of Tokyo, or fans of 2-player games. It has the feel of King of Tokyo, but it is definitely better than a 2-player game of the original. Summary. Honestly, King of Tokyo Duel is the type of 2-player game I wish was available about 6 years ago. We lost a lot of players at work, and more were shipped out to site. We had a long stretch of only having 2 people. This game would have been huge back then. Being relatively new, it does not have a lot of ratings on BGG. However, it does stand tall with a 7.2 with over 600 ratings. It does have a higher weight to it than the base game with a 2.19 versus the original's 1.49. That makes sense because it is a different game with a more complex mechanic, but I don't know if it's over 2. In the end, King of Tokyo Duel has been well received by my son and I, as well as my friends that I have shown it to. I look forward to playing it more, and it gets my seal of approval, and it would make a great addition to any game collection, and it is perfect for that 2-player day. Now, before signing off, I do want to say there is a new character pack coming out later this year, Luchador. As of this recording this episode, it is only listed as coming out in 2025. I hope more information will come out soon. Edward and I cannot wait to have a new character to play with. As always, you can reach out to me at facebook.com/eatlunchandboardgame. Reach me on the website, eatlunchandboardgame.com, and you can always email me at eatlunchandboardgame@gmail.com. And remember, board games build bridges.
When you're gaming, why not be comfy? Go over to supportplayer.org. Click on the cards, pieces, and dice to get some merch. These t-shirts are some of the most comfortable I have ever worn. That's supportplayer.org, and there's a link on eatlunchandboardgame.com.